Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. This article says Deion Sanders-led Colorado is driving a lot of college football betting. So we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Guys, please do me a favor. Before we get into this video, please give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. All of that will be greatly appreciated by me. All right, so this article said that Deion Sanders-led Colorado football team is leading a lot of college football betting, and I understand why. Me personally, I never bet on sports, period. I'm not a bettor, I'm not a gambler, but I'm betting on this team though. Just imagine the odds. I think it's 100 to 1. Let's say if they win the Pac-12, the stats on that is 100 to 1. So if you put up just $100, you could win a little bit of pocket change. Now, some people are probably going to bet more, but it's a long shot. And the reason why I say it's a long shot is because this is a new team. They're in a rebuilding phase. Last year, they were 1-11. A lot of those players that were on that team are no longer here. We have fresh new faces. That's not a bad thing that we have fresh new faces. But as far as this team coming together, we don't know what the results are going to be yet. We don't have any historical data to go on. But just imagine if you bet for them to go to the Pac-12, or let's say if you bet for them to at least win 10 games this year, you're going to be in the money. Each weekend, you're going to see a lot of money. And that's why this is driving a lot of sports bettors to bet on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes. From what I see so far, I want to get into this. I'm still hearing a lot of talk on who are the starters are going to be. For one, we already know who the quarterback is. All the other positions are up for grabs. The film that we do see from Well Off Media, Reach the People Media, and the pregame show, they only give us bits and pieces of information. That's not all the information in its totality. So we don't really know the grit and attitude of this team yet. But I can tell you some players that really stand out is Dylan Edwards. This guy, he got to be up on the depth charts, and he's going to be an integral part of this team. Dylan Edwards. Of course, Travis Hunter. We see a lot of him during the films. We see Xavier Weaver. We see Jimmy Horn Jr., but we're not seeing everyone practice. So we don't really know what's going on, really. And, you know, I already know, I followed Coach Prime at Jackson State, and they did the same at Jackson State. They're not going to give you the entire recipe. They're only going to give you bits and pieces of that recipe. You're going to have to wait for the season to start to get your questions answered on what type of team this is going to be. One of my guesses is they're going to be a fast tempo team. They're going to be subbing people in and out of the game. They're going to be hoping to run the other team into the ground. Again, they have that benefit of practicing in that altitude. That's a gift for them, practicing in altitude at that speed. And when they get to the game, it'll be a lot easier. You know how they say you need to practice hard so your play will be easier? During the game, there's a lot of stoppages. You know, there's a stoppage to see if the opposing team or your team wins a first down. There's a TV timeout, things like that. So there's a lot of stop and goes. But in what I see from these clips in practice, they're going nonstop. And what is that doing is building stamina. They're going to be in tip-top shape by September 2nd. And it looks like, you know, we see it's hard to gauge, from looking at these clips, but I'm used to it. And because they did the same thing at Jackson State, and did we get a surprise during that first game. The finished product was ready. And like I said, Coach Prime, he's working on their psychology. He's saying, do you want it? Are you a pro? I mean, how many people really want it? All of that is a factor. All of that is going in and shaping this team. That's what makes them so special. But what's really driving this sports betting is this team came together. Can they gel together and win some ball games? And a lot of people are going to be betting that they win, because if you do, the chances of you making a lot of money is very high. I think they're going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a winning season. They're going to be over 500. That is my call. I'm not going to really get into the games on what games I think they're going to win, what games I think they're going to lose. I think they're going to win all of them. That's just how I believe. If I'm into something, nobody can't tell me different until I see the results. But right now, each team around the country we all start with the same record. All teams start with the same record. That's 0. And then as the season progresses, then we're going to see how that record shapes out. Compare this team to last year. You really can't compare it because they have upgraded on every single position, mainly the quarterback position. The tight ends coach, he said that Shedeur Sanders is operating at an elite level. And I agree with him. I got a chance over the years to see a lot of great quarterbacks. He is focused. He is throwing darts out there. He's a student of the game. He's been around the game his whole life. I don't think he know anything different. His dad played the game. His dad is always in his ear. There's never been a time where his dad hasn't been coaching him. There's never been a time through high school, little league, high school, and college. Coach Prime has been by his side the entire time, giving him information, how to handle himself. He's already handling himself like a pro. And I expect great things from Shedeur Sanders this year. You don't throw for that many yards. I don't care if it was in the HBCU. The man can flat out play. And I know people are saying, well, he hasn't proven himself yet at the Power 5 level. Well, September 2nd is around the corner, so we're getting ready for that. So just stay tuned for that. But overall, I like what I'm seeing. Another thing I wanted to address. They keep reporting, Coach Prime wanted them to fight, and he was upset that some people didn't rush to the fight. Listen, this is really, these media outlets, they take anything and run with it, and they're incorrect. His whole point is, if one fights, all fights. It's not just physical fight. I mean, it's a togetherness. That's your brothers out there. You guys are in the trenches. You in war in the trenches. Help your fellow brother. You got to help him. You have to help him. Now, I'm not saying during the game, if a fight breaks out, everybody clear the sidelines. No, that's not going to happen. But whoever's on that field, you have to make sure your teammate is okay. That's what he was saying. And also pick your teammate up. If your teammate having a bad game, go over and talk to him and lift his spirits. That's what Coach Prime is talking about. They're trying to turn this into a negative. This is not a negative. He's an old school type of coach. He don't learn from Bobby Bowden, Jimmy Johnson. I mean, he's been around, like I said, he's been quite several, Bill Walsh, I think. He's been in quite several teams in the NFL, but he's taken bits and pieces from all those coaches. So it's an old school approach. If your fellow teammate is having a bad game, his spirits are low, you have to go over there and be the leader and tell him to hold his head up and have short-term memory loss so you can go out there and dominate. This game, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, this game is 10% physical and 90% mental. It's a mental game. And I love that T.O. is there, because T.O. has said something today. He was giving advice. I hope these wide receivers are listening to him. I really do. I really hope they're picking his brain. I can't see it on the video. I'm pretty sure they are, because I think they work out with them afterwards, after practice. But he said something. He said tendencies. I had made a video one time talking about the tendencies of Shedeur Sanders, how one of his offensive linemen is at TCU now. Now, do you think he's giving that team information on Shedeur about his tendencies? Now, I'm sure he has corrected some of his tendencies, but everybody has tendencies, and T.O. was just talking about it. When a wide receiver line up a certain way, and his shoulders a certain way, he's getting ready to do it's going to be a pass. Or you could tell, like, the way he's setting up, it might be a run. It might be a run situation, even though the quarterback is in the shotgun. Like, if the quarterback is in the shotgun, that don't mean he's always going to pass. It could be a run, but you got to know what those tendencies are. Like T.O. said, this is chess, not checkers. So that's what I was talking about. I'm glad T.O. said that. You got to know the tendencies. Like, for example, Lawrence Taylor. They used to play for the New York Giants. Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor. He was insane when he played, and just completely insane. One of the best ever to play his position, Lawrence Taylor. And he had said in an interview one time, he know the tendencies of the quarterback. He studied film so much, he know each quarterback and their quirk. He said everybody has them, and you have to find out what those quirks are. Even Ray Lewis said it. All the greats study film. All of the great players study film. And this is how you get better. It's like everybody can run, right? Okay, everybody can run, but can you take it to another level? Can you just study tendencies? Okay, the quarterback's in the shotgun, right? Oh, that's a run play. Oh, the quarterback is coming my way. He's flinching. He's looking at me. He's coming my way. There's certain things you just got to pick up on, and that's what T.O. was saying. And I'm glad he's there because he can give them a lot of advice on how to play this game. It's one thing to be physically dominant. You know, you're fast. You run a 4-3. You can blow by the defensive back, but every team is not like that. Just imagine you playing Alabama and Kool-Aid McKinstry is in front of you. Your speed might not work against him because he probably learned some type of technique or something. He might know your tendencies. He might be studying film on you. You know, especially when they get to the NFL level, it's certain things you can't just keep doing the same trick over and over again. They're going to stop it. So you got to kind of mix it up. You got to kind of disguise what you're doing, stuff like that. That's what T.O. was saying. But I like that he's out there. Hopefully they're soaking up the information that he is providing, because it's a bonus to have a Hall of Famer out there. But all in all, I like what I'm seeing from this training camp. I'm excited about the season. I think the players are working hard. That's really all you can ask for. You know, they're working hard. They're giving it their all. And I'm excited, man. This is Coach Prime first shot at the Power 5. And it's going to be interesting because it's going to be all eyes on them. Like this site said, all the bettors. This is encouraging people people are seeking to bet on this team. It's all eyes on them. You know, I think their first game is on Fox, the second game as well. And I believe ESPN is picking up some games. So nationally televised. Think about it. This team is nationally televised, and last year they won 1-11. That's because Coach Prime and what he brought to the table. That is the reason. I can't wait for that first game for the team to come out that tunnel for the first time. And I can't wait for their home game when they come out the tunnel for the first time, how these players are going to be feeling. And don't let them win the first game, folks. Don't let them do it. Don't let them win the first game, because it's on from there. It's on from there. And you're going to be surprised. There's going to be some games where you're going to be raising your eyebrows, and they're going to be right in contention. They're going to be right in contention. There's going to be some of these games are going to be close. And yeah, I can't wait. But what say you? Talk to you later. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.